So, for about the last 3 or 4 months, I have been predicting, well, frankly, a while before that even, but it's more so gotten more attention and I started pushing it more. In the last 4 months, the idea that I feel as though culturally, particularly on the internet, but just generally in American politics broadly, we are plunging into there's no better way to put it than new age of GamerGate / anti-SJW content and culture, similar to what we saw during the age of 2014 to 2016 or 2017, like GamerGate era. I've been calling it GamerGate 2 for a while, or 2016 2 for a while, and the reason why I call it that is because those names are recognizable, and it's catchy, and it's already building on an established thing that happened in the past. That's why I call it that, just for those wondering why I use that terminology. Regardless, though, I think it's important to talk about why I think we're heading in that direction, and to constantly update you guys where and when I think we're heading in that direction, and the telltale signs of it, because I need to back up this claim if I, truly believe it. And I think today I've got, pretty good evidence for that. It's nothing too crazy. It's not like I'm going to be proving a broader trend, but I think it should put some feelings I've had for a while into words that previously I couldn't quite say to you guys. So let's talk about it. How many of you are familiar with Augie RFC? I imagine most of you in my audience probably are. I've been friends with Augie, or I guess like acquaintances online with Augie and Boblax and Nick, and I recently started talking to Aiden Projects on Twitter, I guess, they just followed me, and the general drama sphere, right? I befriended them and started hanging out with them probably, I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020. It would have been like summer 2020, a couple years now, like 2.5 years now. Jesus, yeah, it's been a while. And while some of our engagements have been a little bit more, hectic or heated, generally, I think we're on pretty cool terms, and I think they're pretty all right people, and I think even politically, while I don't agree with them on everything, they tend to, at least I find, on the most important issues, fall into the correct enough positions that I don't feel a moral pull to not associate with them, right? Like, I've never felt like I am compromising on my own moral principles by associating with somebody like Augie or Nicholas Durio or Boblax or anything. I've never felt that way like I would with some other people, right? With that said, though, a benefit I've gotten from my friendship with these people has been an insight through my biases and my cat's being... Lonnie, could you let the cat into your room? Through my biases and the sort of naturally forming echo chamber that any content creator who has an audience will eventually find themselves in, allows me to look at how normies will react to the type of behavior in the online left. For those of you guys that aren't aware, Augie RFC has recently started making a lot more drama-oriented content about online lefty creators, and I'm sure many of you guys don't agree with some of his takes on it, since he does tend to be on the more pro-Destiny side of things. But what can I say? Most of the online left has left a pretty bad impression on most of the drama community, and they've come to the conclusion themselves that Destiny is the most reasonable out of all the creators in the space. So that should go to show exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm going to get real spicy today. Maybe not really spicy, but I'm going to get pretty controversial today. And I know some of you guys in chat aren't going to like it, but I'm going to be pulling from fairly evident things here, fairly evident examples, okay? So I think Augie RFC and Boblax and Nick and everybody, I think they're very good analogs for how the broader bought in already on all the left-wing ideas kind of populace will react to certain things. And I typically find that their reactions differ so widely from the reactions of the online left that when the online left seems to implicitly think that the broader public wouldn't find certain behavior absolutely disgusting. Oh yeah, are they talking about the flamenco porn leaks or something? Anyway, when they're not talking about something like horribly disgusting. Sorry, what? Destiny's not a true... I never said Destiny was a leftist. Already, we're getting it, guys. We're already getting it. The porn leaks? Oh, yeah. We're already getting it. I mentioned Destiny for half a second. We already got the memes, okay? We already got the memes in YouTube chat. Jesus Christ. Okay, no one's saying that. No one's saying that, YouTube chat. Go chill out, okay? Chill out. Porn leaks, yes. Flamenco's porn accounts or something got leaked, and he had some stuff on there that didn't look good. Anyway, with that said, we're not talking about that here, though. We are talking about the drama community. So, oftentimes I'll see a split in the way that the online left will view a certain thing that happens, like drama-wise here, and how, like, these guys, and ostensibly the average internet goer, would view these types of things, right? And when I see the online left sort of inherently, or almost not inherently, but implicitly kind of suggest that the broader populace wouldn't be bothered by this type of behavior, it seems delusional to me. We're gonna get spicy today. We're gonna get controversial today, okay? You mean like shit they do with you and Vosh? I'm gonna hit you guys with an example of a controversial take I'm going to hit you with here right now. To the broader public, Destiny's optics are probably better than Vosh's. Simply because Destiny doesn't publicly label himself as anything. The fact that Vosh publicly labels himself as anything really harms his ability optically to reach more people. Destiny's front as being a completely objective logic bro, like not really married to any individual ideology, just following the facts, just following the data. That sort of logic bro persona is very attractive to people who value not being biased or not being partisan as solely indicative of being correct, which is unfortunately a lot of people. A lot of people legitimately view nonpartisan as equaling correct. And so naturally, I think a lot of people, optically, I think are going to view Destiny better than they're going to view Vosh. And I think that's one example right off the bat of where the online left probably thinks Vosh looks a lot better than he does to the average normie. Especially currently, as we've started to see more of a push. I think, honestly, we got to get the old Vosh back. Honestly, I think it was true of 2019 Vosh. I don't know, or maybe even 2020. I don't know if it's true of 2022 Vosh. He has had his edge ground down quite a lot. I've had my edge ground down quite a lot. Destiny's had his edge ground down a lot too, but he's still kept it for the most part. Think about it. Have you noticed how much of the edge has been ground down? I feel like maybe it's time to bring that back. And I'm going to get more into that take later. Oh, you better believe I'm going to get more into that take later. Anyway, AugieRFC put out a video yesterday. It's got 15,000 views already, called "These People Ruined the Internet." I have no doubt that both you and I know we always like... Thanks, YouTube. Putting a paused video into full screen definitely means I want you to autoplay the video. It couldn't possibly mean anything else. Thank you, YouTube. As I was saying, I have no doubt many of you are going to disagree with this video. I have no doubt that I will disagree with this video. However, this is not going to be a response video, so to say. I'm sure that I will drop in a few responses here and there, but for the most part, this is going to be an analysis on how Augie, somebody who is not a leftist, somebody who holds most of, I would say, the good political positions where it matters, but is not fully bought in on everything, views the type of discourse happening in this space. We need to understand how people who aren't in our echo chamber, and we are in an echo chamber, saying that you aren't in an echo chamber proves that you are in an echo chamber, okay? Everybody is in some kind of echo chamber. What makes you different is being able to look outside of it and analyze what people outside of it think of you. That's called self-awareness. And self-awareness is so important in politics. It's so important. Optics is important, okay? But you can be anything if you are self-aware, okay? Anything if you're self-aware. Self-awareness can make anything look good optically. It's true. Let's go ahead and watch the video.
Now, I know we always like to start our days off with good and positive, uplifting news, right? But unfortunately, journalists have to remind us of the harsh realities of the world, you know? But it's tough work. It's admirable work, right? Gaming journalists, you know, bringing us the news, you know, such as, oh, I don't know, a grown man saying the F slur on stream. That's right. According to Jake Lucky, Aiden Ross has been accused of saying a homophobic slur. Thank you, Jake Lucky, for this groundbreaking...
For a little bit of background, does Augie give the full background on this? Jake Lucky is a Twitch streamer, I believe, or a YouTuber. Or no, yeah, I think it's some big Twitch affiliated kind of guy, right? He'll go into it. Okay, I'll let him go into it. The long and short of the drama, though, is, and the reason why it's important to this, is that it has basically caused a polarization between the edgy, like, edge tubers, I guess is essentially what you could call them, anybody like in the YouTube sphere who's like into edginess, and the more seemingly softer, more progressive Twitch community. And now a narrative is being built that it's like the woke Twitch streamers versus the edgy based YouTubers, and now that narrative is formed because of this story. That's the long and short of it. But yeah, just in case Augie doesn't go into full detail on the story, because sometimes I find drama YouTubers will sort of presuppose their audience or the viewer has already done the prerequisite like catch-up work to know the context of a given situation, and I have not done the prerequisite catch-up work.
Journalism. This is just some top-notch shit right here. It's even better when the person who ran the stream comes out and says, that was my friend from high school, not Aiden Ross, and Ray showed the fuck out of him. Nice one. Good one, Jake Lucky. But you know what? Even if it was Aiden Ross saying the F slur, all right? Who fucking cares? So for the rest of the video, it's going to be me and Keemstar complaining about the people that really ruined the internet. These internet hall monitors that got to bring us this groundbreaking news that grown men on the internet are saying mean words. And this is somehow something that we need to, you know, get all worked up about and take seriously, I guess.
Does this not remind you of how people felt going into 2016? Everybody felt as though the left was pushing it too far and was censoring people and going on brigades trying to smear people. Like this reminds me of like exactly how people felt right in like 2015. This reminds me of the type of video someone would make, not a political YouTuber, not a Sargon type, not a right-wing YouTuber, somebody who is just your average commentary YouTuber, what they would have said in 2015. And that's not Augie's fault. Maybe it's going to sound like I'm playing devil's advocate, or I'm like steel manning, or maybe I'm being unreasonable, but I want to be clear here, okay? I think Augie's a reasonable guy. I've talked to the guy. I've seen his like thought process on things. I think he's a reasonable guy. I do. I genuinely do. Even if I disagree with him, I think his thought process that he uses to arrive at his positions, you know, is fairly good, if uninformed at times, when it comes to politics. Because he doesn't really care about politics as much as he said. He's not really into politics that much. I like Augie. The thing is, though, he is still a subject to what he sees. He is still a subject to what he sees. He reports current events. He reports the drama. He has a constant feed of current events coming into him. Or coming into his view, I guess you get coming into him. Coming into his view, so to say. Listen, okay, if you think Augie's jawline/chin is even close to comparable to Leafy's, you are delusional. Leafy's neck, Leafy's, like, the bottom of Leafy's bottom lip basically just turned into his neck. Like, just kind of transferred seamlessly into his neck, okay? If you, like, there is a jaw here. What are you fucking talking about? What are you even talking... What? Just because the hair? I guess the hair makes him look like Leafy, and he's got the mic. Okay, come on. He's got the jawline. Jesus, you can't be. That's not even stolen valor. That's stolen shame. That's stolen shame. Anyway, as I was saying though, Augie is still a subject to what he sees. He's getting all these current events, all these new developing updates, and the drama that's happening in this community constantly. And his opinion on this space is being molded by what he is seeing. It is worth consideration if people are starting to see a lot of really bad behavior from people who are at the very least being associated with the left. I'm going to get more into why and what we can do here, because I'm sure you guys your brains are stewing all sorts of ideas as what I could be suggesting could be the solution to these problems. But before you start suggesting what I might think be a solution to this problem, let me get to it first. Hear me out.
I really fucking hate the internet nowadays. Holy shit. Keemstar, what's going on?
Dude, this is absolutely bullshit. Jake Lucky is the biggest hypocritical
right,
piece
dude.
of shit
Okay,
in the
bro.
world.
Right.
XCW or whatever the fuck his name is. Bro, do you understand? Do you understand that this son of a bitch, XQC, like clapped back at me saying absolute nonsense? And get this, over 100 verified accounts liked his tweet. Bro, we are dealing with a Twitch mafia. We are dealing with a fucking cult over there in the Twitch world, bro.
So
They're
true.
really after something. Bro, it's insane. I'm not even joking. This fucker XQC responds to me, doesn't even respond to any of my points. The shit has like 90,000 likes on it. Bro, what the fuck is happening? Bro, I'm looking at the verified tab. It's reporters, esport report, like all these fucking like straight up like somewhat credible people. It makes no sense, bro. Dude, the whole world is lacking oxygen to their fucking brain. I'm the only one still getting oxygen to my brain. I don't know what is happening right now.
We need a GamerGate 5.0.
It's just the most profitable take for them, you know?
We need GamerGate
Hate is
5.0.
bad, and then they get money.
Unironically, we need a new GamerGate.
Bro, they're literally trying to say to me that it isn't trash talk. What Speed did is not trash talk. They're literally making their argument. They're like, that's not trash talk. That's misogyny. Isn't it both? Isn't it fucking
it's
both?
literally both.
Have we considered his
Not
stance?
mutually
Have we
exclusive.
considered Jake Lucky's stance on BDSM? Like, is he a dom or a sub?
Oh my god.
I don't even
I'm just
want. I
wondering.
don't.
These are the
I
questions.
don't-
He's a sucker.
Okay, this part's it's about the leaked porn shit with the flamenco stalker guy. Anyway, so with that said, clearly, I should mention, by the way, Keemstar was right about that story. Not about the we need another game, like they weren't right about the we need another GamerGate or whatever, but like that was false reporting. That was a prominent figure falsely reporting that a streamer had said the N-word on stream when they hadn't. And then a bunch of fucking streamers, over 100 verified Twitter account, like journalists, game journalists, streamers, etc. All the N-word? I thought it was the F-slur. They said the F-slur, right? F-slur was what it was supposed to be? Whatever. They all liked and retweeted it. And yes, that was a mass example of somebody falsely being smeared. That was a different thing? It was? Holy shit. Is there repeated instances of this? This Jake Lucky guy doesn't sound like, you said N-word? Oh, I said the N-word? Oh, I'm used to referring to people saying a slur as the N-word. It's usually the slur that people get in trouble for. The F-slur is not really one that, I don't know. That's when you don't really hear much people getting in trouble for anymore, do you, right? Like, the last time I heard the F-slur was from trans women on Twitter, frankly. I'm gonna be honest. 99% of the time, I'm just hearing the F-slur from, like, trans people on Twitter. It literally, I haven't heard a homophobe say the F-slur in, like, months.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, I don't want to muddy the waters by like making jokes and shit like that, but like, dude, something needs to be done. I'm about to organize a giant campaign to start picking these fools off one by one. Bro, the power that they have to just go and fucking cancel people over bullshit when they've done the same. They've done the same. Like, I got XQC literally saying like, that's not trash talk, that's misogyny. Okay, bro. If that is the case, then you were caught saying homo.
Oh, they're talking about. Okay, they're talking about two different things. There's the Jake Lucky thing with the streamer that was screaming the misogynistic stuff, and then there's the fake F-slur accusation that got a bunch of support. So these are the two things that they're really mad about. I forgot about the Jake Lucky thing. God, how could I have forgotten about that? For those of you guys that don't know, there was a clip of a YouTube streamer named Jake Lucky who's like really blown up recently. Just fucking. That's why I tried to get you to skip the intro. The intro thing was still relevant, though. Regardless, though, the Jake Lucky thing was a clip of this streamer playing Valorant. He's really blown up on YouTube. He's gotten really fucking big, and he was doing this stream for like 38,000 viewers on YouTube. This is an insanely large gaming streamer, just absurd size for a gaming streamer on YouTube. 38,000 viewers streaming. It's the Speed guy or whatever. Was his name's Jake Lucky as a reporter? Oh, Jake Lucky was the reporter. I'm sorry. Names are fucking bad with me. The guy who was yelling in the video, okay? The guy, I show Speed, the yelly boy, the guy who was yelling, the dude in the video who was screaming and being mean to the lady in the video, okay? Listen, all right? iShowSpeed's a minor, by the way? Really? Huh. Well, good for him, frankly. With that said, iShowSpeed, frankly, fantastic content. Just some of the best content okay. Can I open up with you guys for a moment? My favorite type of like Twitch content is guy who gets mad and starts raging and breaking shit while playing video games, okay? I find rage hilarious. And I don't blame, and not in like a lol cow making fun of the raging streamer kind of way either. Not like how people watch like Wings of Redemption or whatever. No, I think it's funny when people rage. I think that when people are mad, the things they say are funnier. And I find people to be funnier when they're mad. Not in like a degrading or judgmental way. I love watching content like my first introduction to this would have been like Uber Haxer Nova smashing keyboards. That was always my like my favorite thing. I remember there were people that would bring like a shitty old keyboard to a to like E3 or whatever, and then meet Uber Haxer Nova and then have him break their keyboard and sign it. So you'd have a signed broken keyboard from Uber Haxer Nova. Yeah. Anyway, he went on a bit of a rant, very similar to what you might see from any raging streamer, only it got a little bit, it was pretty misogynistic. It got to the point of like, you're a female, do I hear a female talk to me right now? Get in this kitchen and make your husband a sandwich, stuff like that, right? Nothing all that, like, didn't even call her a cunt, frankly. And this kid did not deserve to get banned, okay? 17 years old to begin with. Even if he was 25, he would not have deserved to have been banned. I'm sorry. But, like, I don't think you should get banned from YouTube for go make a sandwich jokes in an online game. I really don't. I don't. Because I do enjoy, like, trolling content, and I think there is a point where things become harassment. And I think there's a point where a game... I know he's not banned from YouTube. I think he got banned from Valorant. I can understand the Valorant ban. I don't like the calls for his ban from YouTube. He's still on YouTube, right? He's still on YouTube, right? Last time I checked, he was still on YouTube. I subbed to his channel. All Riot games. He's banned from all... Even Hytale? Ah, that's tough. Yeah. I mean, Riot's had a history of this. They banned... what was his name? Fuck. Tyler 1. They banned Tyler 1 from all of their games, particularly League, I think, because of his toxicity in matches for a long time, and he's a streamer. Yeah, Tyler 1. Riot does have a penchant for that, though I do still think it probably isn't justified. I personally really love, like, angry... mean troll content, especially in online games. And while I do really hate like going into an online game, like booting up a game of, I don't know, fucking Overwatch, and I'm like playing a game of Overwatch and I'm trying to fucking win, and I'm coordinating with the team and everything, and there's a girl on our team, you know, feminine voice and everything, and there's a guy on the team that just, it's always like a sliding spectrum, right? It's a coin, and there's two opposite sides of the same coin. It's either a guy literally losing his mind and being like, oh my god, a girl, and like simping for the girl the whole game, or overcorrecting in the opposite direction and just being a complete asshole to the girl because they don't want to seem like they're trying to simp for the girl gamer in the lobby, right? It always ends up being one of those things, and it fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate getting into a lobby and that happening, but like, do I think the guy who did that should be banned from Overwatch? No. No, I don't think so. I guess if it's repeated ongoing behavior that's causing, you know, legit problems for the community, then yes, but like, a clip going viral, which is what we're talking about here, one clip going viral. I mean, this was done purely to save face for the company because a large amount of people online were calling for this 17-year-old essentially to basically have his career ended. This kid is 17 years old, and you had all these gaming journalists and you had all these big Twitch streamers calling for his career to essentially be ended. Not only were they praising the banning by Riot, but also calling for him to be banned by YouTube, where he's got his career now. And he's 17. And he apologized. Like, I don't even think he should have apologized, though I understand why he did. But, like, still, you know? Still, a lot of examples like this where... Do you guys remember how Count Dankula became famous? Hypers in chat, if you know the story of how Count Dankula became famous. No? Kind of? I don't know who that is. Count Dankula became famous because he took a video of his dog, his little pug, and he dressed it up in a Nazi outfit and taught it how to put its little hand, its little paw in the air, like a little Nazi salute, and got it to, like, do that in response to, I think when he'd say Hail Hitler, it would do it. And so he did it to prank his girlfriend so that, like, I think the video was called, Dude, Your Pug's a Nazi. And it's like, he did it to prank his girlfriends, like she'd come home. No, it's when he would say, quote, gas the Jews, that the dog would do the thing. Yeah, I don't know. It was very edgy. Very, very edgy. Pretty inappropriate. Nazi pug prank. But, you know, it was just a prank. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. No harm could possibly be caused by the world for that. And he got arrested and fined for hate speech for posting that video. And as much as we may all dislike Count Dankula, as much as we may all dislike Count Dankula, he got arrested and then fined. And it was a long-standing, like, legal battle from, if I remember correctly. Regardless, though, it's worth remembering Count Dankula was in the right. Count Dankula was fucked over by unlawful government overreach. It was completely fucked up. Count Dankula, maybe not morally, but certainly legally, was in the right. And anybody who cares about free speech should agree that what happened to Count Dankula was wrong. In the UK it is lawful, though. I mean, yeah, lawful is a bad word to use. I should say, by the morals that we typically try to form our laws around, at least here in the US, we would never, ever be okay with something like that happening if we were the ones making that. Like, the point that I'm making here is that that's not something that we should be okay with.
Phobic stuff in games and kicked from your team. Are you a homophobe? I mean, I would say no. I would say that is trash talk, and you were trash talking in a game. But if you're saying that isn't trash talk, then he's saying that he's a homophobe. He's saying he's a homophobe. I got clips of him being rude to women, calling them fat bitches. I got clips of all this other stuff. If that's blatant misogyny, then why doesn't he get banned? I got today, Jake fucking Lucky tweeting at me saying, you don't know the difference between just banter among competitors, I believe he said, and straight up attacking a random woman. What I don't. He's something along those lines.
Women was shit talking him in the game, though. It was a back and forth. Look, obviously he was more aggressive, but
listen, I totally agree with Keemstar saying. I think Twitch is like a huge dick measuring contest, and honestly, I hope he's packing something exceptional because it's really not a matter of if, but a matter of when we'll be cursed to say it.
Luck.
I fucking love Nick so much. I love Nick so much. For those of you guys that don't know, that quote was an edit of a post Flamenco had made about me on Kiwi Farms talking about my dick. And it's since become kind of a meme that Flamenco wants to see my dick. And he's playing along like, haha, very funny, guys, huh? But, like, you know it bothers him deep down. And I do find it a little bit funny when Nick references that. Yeah, I think the quote was, Xan is pretty fast and loose with his dick pics, so it's not a matter of if, but when we will be cursed to see it. And then, like, I hope he's packing something up exceptional. And I can assure you, I am above average as far as dick size goes. I will confirm that. As far as you guys getting to see it, more likely and sooner than you might expect. That's all I'll say. Potentially. If you guys are well behaved. I won't say how, and I won't say when, and it's not going to be nudes or anything, but you'll get an idea, is all I'm saying. Just based off of a thing that I plan to do in the future. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Put it on the back burner. Put this entire part on the back burner, and you will remember it when the time comes.
We're going to be cursed. Speaking of getting cursed, we're going to be cursed back on that topic in an hour. All I'm saying is, Leros, come into the call and debate.
And I'm going to go ahead and get in front of this now. No, it does not involve OnlyFans, okay? It is not sex work or OnlyFans, okay? Just getting out. I will confirm it is not that first and foremost, because I know that's going to be like the main meme for a while. So yeah. Cozy TV, God, no.
Maybe, or you're a bitch, all right? That's all I'm saying right here. And then we'll get back into that.
Dude, I want to know. There's multiple things going on. There's multiple things going on. One, they do not like to see black creators rising to the top. They don't like to see it. They don't like to see it. They do not like it. They do not like it. Dude, Speed is the first black streamer to be ranked #1 on any platform, Twitch or YouTube, in the history of the world. He is the first. He is the pioneer. He is the first one to be ranked #1 based on viewership alone. Like, he is the first.
So, if you guys remember, back in 2015, when Dave Rubin was really blowing up, do you remember the term that Dave Rubin coined for the SJWs when the GamerGate era was really ramping up? The term was the intolerant left. The idea was that the right had in fact become more accepting of racial and sexual minorities than the left had, because the left had these barriers of entry through which the regressive left, sorry, not intolerant, the regressive left, I apologize, they use intolerant left as well, regressive left, yeah. The term was regressive left, and the idea was essentially to concern troll and falsely claim that the left had become somehow more bigoted than the right, and that if you are truly a progressive who cared about, you know, being against racism or whatever, and you weren't an insane SJW, then the right was actually the place to be. It was part of an overall sort of push to convince progressive people that their values, that not only should they move more to the right, but that their currently held values align more with the right than the left. Holy fuck, I'd forgotten to even mention that during my whole alt-right pipeline thing. This is a very important thing to remember, by the way. The alt-right pipeline doesn't necessarily make you change your opinions. The alt-right pipeline convinces you that your moral principles and currently held opinions are more in line with another group of people and their ideas than where you currently are. And you don't even realize your opinions are like morphing in that time. Anyway, I feel like that's what Keemstar is kind of doing here. The same thing that Dave Rubin did, the regressive left narrative, or sorry, the regressive left narrative, the idea that he's concerned trolling. He doesn't actually give a shit that, I Show Speed is the first black streamer to hit like whatever on YouTube or whatever. He doesn't actually care about that. He doesn't actually care. He's weaponizing the fact that I Show Speed is black to concern troll about a demographic of people that he doesn't like, Twitch streamers, that tend to be more left-leaning, so that he can slander them as being the real racists. Because currently the narrative is that Keemstar is far right, because, well, I mean, the dude literally pushed the idea that, like, the election was stolen by Biden. Like, the guy literally on election day, or the day after the election, or the days after the election, once Biden was confirmed, he did a video in a cemetery when he said, yeah, you guys really came out to the ballots and you guys voted and your guy got elected. And then it like cuts and it's him standing in a graveyard. So he's pushing the narrative that like a bunch of dead people voted for Biden. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's nothing new.
First, and they're trying to tear him down? And they're just trying to take him down when they've all done similar shit? It doesn't make sense. What is the motivation? Jake Lucky is literally putting out tweets saying, this trash talk in Valorant, I kind of fucking dig it. What is the motivation? Explain it to me.
Likes and retweets, I think.
Okay, then why isn't Jake Lucky calling out XQC? He also trash talks. He also puts
because he hasn't done it recently.
Oh my god, but this thing from Speed happened a month ago. like 6 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks
but
ago.
a month ago versus a couple years ago. Also, I don't know. I'm just guessing on his motivations. I can't know for sure, obviously.
I don't know his motivations for sure either, but I could just say in general, yo, this.
For those of you who somehow don't know, XQC is pretty much the PewDiePie of, yeah, he's the PewDiePie of Twitch. He is the biggest Twitch streamer, I think. Like, at least as a single solo Twitch streamer recognizable figure, XQC is probably the biggest Twitch streamer.
Fucking community that have this underlying actual racism in them, this fucking community, like people out there that are actually fucking racist, they're not gonna be fucking happy because black creators are taking over on every single fucking front, especially streaming, bro. You're gonna be and this ain't gonna be the white club anymore, bro. It's not happening.
I don't know if specifically racially.
Keem really
there's other
cares.
like Tryhacks that they're cool with, right? Like there's other like big black
because they're down in their place. They're not in the #1 spot, bro. As soon as a black person gets the #1 spot, then it's we gotta tear him down. We gotta fucking tear him down. We gotta tear him down. It's fucking bullshit.
They really are pushing the narrative. Holy shit, Zan! I just remembered. Oh shit, you got some relevant memes, Mouth? I mean, it really is the regressive left narrative, isn't it? This is no different than what Dave Rubin was saying back in 2015. This is no different than the narrative Dave Rubin built his current career on. Bro, Keemstar talking such bullshit now. There's no... Guys, you don't need to keep saying it's bullshit or what he's saying is dumb. I know it's dumb, guys. What's important here is that this is something I have not heard people saying on the right since 2015. This type of narrative, these types of talking points, this sort of like line of events that coincide, you know, and happen to really get, you know, blown up by a lot of figures on YouTube that happen to unapologetically demonstrate a more favorable position towards one that's not on the left. Like, I don't know, like, it feels very similar. Years ago, XQC was in the hot seat for being a piece of shit, and I remember him getting, like, banned from Overwatch or some shit. Yeah, he's had issues with that in the past, yeah.
Bro. Yeah, but Keemstar, okay,
call out some
hold
white
on
creators.
Now. Keemstar, aren't you being hypocritical? Because when Alex was the top streamer on Battlecam, you tried to take him down, right?
No, Alex was not the... Actually, it was reversed. Alex was not the black streamer. Or popular black streamer. I was the popular 9% African, 56% Italian.
Alex is an intelligent African American.
You know, I have a little. But anyhow, Alex was the little guy, and he was pissed off that I was going over there with my big audience, and he was trying to frame me for starting myself, and he was calling me Italian racial slurs. I responded with racial slurs, and that's where that fucking clip comes from. But, you know, everyone's saying, oh, you're a fucking hypocrite, and da-da-da-da, didn't you call Alex? I don't care. I don't care what you say. Thank God you motherfuckers hate me. Thank God, because I am the only one that's free. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can express any opinion I have on a massive scale to a massive platform, get all these little bastards to react to it, and there ain't a goddamn fucking thing you can do about it, except for ratio. That's all you got is ratio.
Okay. Keem, you can't talk a big game like this in a voice call and then immediately go on Twitter and bitch about cancel culture. By the way, this is another tendency I'm going to call out, and it's a bitch-made tendency. I notice it all the time. You ever see one of those, like, shock jock provocateur types say something like, nobody can cancel me. I'm so edgy. I just want to offend people. I'm all about, fuck your feelings. I'm all about offending people. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm making, like, and they'll just, like, puff their chests up about fuck your feelings. I don't care. But then they'll bitch and moan and whine about cancel culture because they absolutely do care about people's feelings. They absolutely do care what people think about them. They wouldn't be losing their mind about it if they did, or if they didn't. I don't care, says the man who's screaming it.
I got facts and logic on my side, and I can't be shut up. Suck a dick.
All right.
I just... We're really going back to 2016. Keemstar is the Kyle Rittenhouse of racism in the chat. GamerGate 2, boys.
All right, well, there we go.
I honestly don't think it's race related. I think they just don't like big edgy creators. Like they went after Leafy.
XQC, shut the fuck up. XQC is one of the most edgy streamers there is. What are you saying? Use your fucking brain. This is one of the most toxic gamers. Rose to fame.
Bo Blacks is right here, by the way. Thank you, Bo Blacks, for using like 3 brain cells more. Like Bo Blacks had to use 3 more brain cells than Keemstar to reach the correct opinion here, and Keemstar still couldn't cut it, you know? Like, isn't that hard to figure out that, like, it's obviously not that every Twitch streamer is racist and can't stand seeing a black streamer blow up. Especially when, Keemstar, do you even know about Myth or Daquan or Hamlin's from, like, TSM back during the Fortnite days and how they blew up? They were, like, the top streamers for a while. Like, they were the top of my watch list on... Daquan was the top of my watch list on Twitch back when he streamed Fortnite consistently. He had some really bad health and family issues for a while, so come here, boy! Where he couldn't make content, but fuck, he was so goddamn funny. He made Twitch, like, streaming Fortnite actually, like, funny to me. And before that, I could not stand watching a Twitch stream play Fortnite. And that opened up a whole... I think Daquan was probably, like, the first streamer I watched, actually. Like, for real, like, that got me into, like, watching streams. Because I'd watched Destiny, but I didn't give a shit about his streams. I just watched his YouTube videos. But, like, watching in 2018, getting into Daquan's Twitch streams, and then, like, starting to watch, like... I did also end up watching, like, all the Twitch guys. Like, you obviously got, like, Ninja and your fucking, what was his name back before he switched to YouTube? The Canadian guy who would play Fortnite, and he's really good. Canadian boy. And he's really good, really nice dude. I'm trying to remember his name. Fuck. He played a lot. Yeah, Shroud. I followed Shroud. I got introduced to him. Like, if it weren't for Daquan specifically, and like he was Nick A30, thank you. Yeah, Nick A30. I ended up following him too back when he was on Twitch. Yeah. Anyway, I think, was he ever on Twitch? He might have just been a YouTube guy. Anyway, I got into all of like the particularly Fortnite streamers because of Daquan's Fortnite stuff, and Daquan getting me into Twitch honestly probably played a big part into me being here today. So like, I would probably name Daquan as one of those like foundational content creators I watched in my, you know, growing to become a content creator that, you know, is partially responsible for me being where I am today, you know? Yeah. As I said before, though, like, TSM Myth, Hamlin's, Daquan, these streamers were massive during their heyday before they all quit for individual reasons or slowed down for individual reasons. The idea that the Twitch sphere can't handle black streamers being at the top is absurd. It's clearly concerned trolling from Keemstar.
Because he's toxic. Rose to fame because he talks shit.
Yeah, but then he got in line according to what people want.
He's not in line. He still talks shit. He's still at you. What the fuck are you saying? They're all hypocrites, Bo Blacks. Don't fall into their shit. Do not fall into their shit. They are fucking gassing up the most toxic streamer, XQC, on their entire platform, and then going after fucking Speed for the same shit. Do not fall for this.
I'm just saying they also went after Leafy, and he's not black. So I don't think it's specifically race related, but
when we're talking about Leafy, no, probably not. But you know what is
SJW
different? You know what's another
Keemstar.
factor of it? Because I started this conversation by saying there's 2 things going on, all right? And I first talked about how they don't like to see, you know, black streamers rising to the top and being #1. They want to fucking tear that shit down. But the other part of it,
oh my god, I just got the best clickbait name for this video. Quote, we need another GamerGate, unquote, dash, Keemstar goes full SJW. Nothing dishonest about that title.
The other part of it, and YouTubers really need to fucking wake up, is Twitch versus YouTube. Twitch versus YouTube. Dude, the Twitch...
Unironically, though, as I've been saying, I do think that Twitch versus YouTube is actually going to be the next big, like, splitting point for the start of, like... It's not going to be about ethics and gaming journalism like it was back then. It's going to be about the moral panic over Twitch streamers versus YouTubers. That's what it's going to be. It's been leading up for a while, but it's going to get bigger than you can even imagine. We haven't even reached the pinnacle yet.
Mafia.
This is like you're standing on your back porch looking out at the ocean, and there is a hurricane coming. There is a Category 5 hurricane coming, and you're standing there looking out at the ocean, like the edge of the hurricane is right over your head. It hasn't, like, the rain hasn't quite hit you yet, and you're looking at it and you're saying, it's already the hurricane is already happening. That's what you look like right now. Xanderhal.com needs themes. Asmongold opinions. He sometimes says some pretty progressive shit for a Yeehaw Texan. Oh, I love Asmongold. Asmongold's one of my favorite streamers. Definitely my favorite WoW content creator by far. Yeah, Asmongold definitely has a couple of, like, cringier political opinions, or definitely had. But, like, every time he talks politics in the last couple years, it's been nothing but based. Legitimately, it's been nothing but based. Like, I've yet to hear him drop a cringe political take in, like, 2 years. So, honestly, I can't really fault him. Like, the last time he said something cringe was, like, 2016, during that election. And he's done nothing but, like, shit talk Trump, shit talk anti-vaxxers. He's a big fan of Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. He's like constantly reacting to his videos on stream and making fun of the crazy reactionaries and conservatives and the anti-vaxxers and stuff. Like, I don't know. Asmongold is probably, like, a sensible middle center left gamer type. Yeah. He even went on a rant about how people use the tryhard emote for racist, like, memes in like Twitch chats, and that's why he banned it. Because he didn't like the racism in his chat.
The Twitch Mafia, they work together like a unit. They fucking ratio their bad takes to each other and fucking, like, dude, this has been going on for a while. We've seen it. Do you remember the girl that threw the cat? What the fuck was her name?
Alinity.
Threw the cat Alinity, all right? They were all cracking jokes. We were all cracking jokes on Lydian. And then one day, XQC says, you know what? We need to stop her. Whoever it was, whoever led that fucking thing. I think it maybe.
Okay. The fact that Keemstar is legitimately one of those dudes who can't get a woman's name right, like in Archer where they keep on calling Carol Cheryl and then Cheryl Carol and so on. The fact that, like, Keemstar is an unironic real-life version of that tendency fits him so much that I want to believe it's fake. I want to believe it's fake. But it's Keemstar. So I know it's not him. I know he's not faking. He just... Listen, I think Keemstar is a morally reprehensible person. But I think of Keemstar at this point as, like, more of an idea than a person. Like, Keemstar is not a guy. Keemstar is a concept, you know? Keemstar has transcended being a person on the internet. He's not hated or loved. He just is, you know? Keemstar just is. You can't really love or hate Keemstar. He's not going anywhere. He's not... Your opinion of him will not change how he behaves. He just exists, and he just is. He will always have some level of a presence and some effect on culture and in this space. He just is. We are all Keemstar if we think about it long enough. No, apparently the retirement thing was a prank. He's not actually retiring.
It was Slasher or whatever. Bro, it was like that.
It was crazy to see.
They were making cat jokes the day before, and then if you did it the next day when they decided to stop, they decided. The Twitch Mafia decided. Then you were canceled for throwing cat jokes.
Yeah, I definitely think it's platform-based and community-based.
Platform-based, bro, it's a mafia!
Oh my god, that is... I honestly can't imagine my desktop having Ralph screen. Oh my god. What did Ralph do? Should I, like, catch up on the, as they call it, the Gunt saga? All I know about Ralph are the Gunt memes. Should I, like, catch up on all of that and, like... What if we did it on stream? What if, during the 2B2T gaming streams, we watched, like, some documentary, like, content on Ethan Ralph and learned the ridiculously... This is the same night as the Flam Leaks? Okay. The ridiculously, like, insane story of the Nazi kill stream host. Get Augie on for it. I'd rather just, like, do a, like, we're watching the video and learning about it, like a documentary type thing. Yeah, it could be fun, because all I know are the Gunt memes, and I do love the Gunt memes. They are pretty funny. I remember that they used to call Flamenco the head, the leader of the Gunt Guard, is what they used to call him. Because he would constantly, like, he was really shit on back in the day, from my understanding, for his constant defense of Ethan Ralph, and they nicknamed him. One night I stumbled across this stream from somebody who's probably a Nazi, but I mean, maybe not. I'm not going to throw that. I'm not going to throw the label out that harshly, but I will say this guy's political opinions definitely don't line up with mine. His name was like PPP. That was the acronym. I don't remember his full name, but it was PPP. And like him and his whole chat were calling Flamenco the Gunt Guard, or like the head of the Gunt Guard. And I just found that pretty silly. That was good.
It's a fucking mafia, bro. They are all working together.
Group.
Bro, this is the stupidest shit in the world. Imagine for fucking months on end, everybody's cracking jokes about throwing cats, and then they decide, a few top streamers are like, you know what, let's not do that anymore. And if you do it, you're canceled? You're canceled if you make a cat joke? Are you fucking kidding me?
They have so much social control. It's crazy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They decide what's socially acceptable. Like, you can't make this trash talk joke. You can't make this cat joke, even though it was acceptable for them to do it years ago. They're just kind of like, you can't make this trash talk joke. You can't make this cat joke, even though it was acceptable for them to do it years ago. They're just kind of like hold their own social hierarchy.
Keem, this is what I was telling you about.
They're literally right now.
I like how Boblax here is just having the correct take of, no, they're just being hypocritical assholes. But then Keemstar is trying to make it political. Listen, Augie, Nick, Boblax, if you hear this, if you see this video, if you watch it, if you hear what I have to say about this, all I have to take away from this conversation is, Boblax, your take is based. You are correct. Keemstar is trying to make it into a political thing. As it stands, this is not really a political thing. I guess the iShowSpeed saying some misogynistic trash talk is like, I don't even consider it like that bad. I don't even think you should be banned. But like, if you're gonna take anything from this, know that Keemstar is the one trying to politicize this issue here, not the people on the left. We need a repeat of the Willie Mac show debate on Augie's show, but with you arguing with them about this? Yeah, maybe.
Trying to change the definition of fucking trash talk.
I know, it's crazy.
And it's working. Thousands of them are like, yeah, that's what trash talk.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much influence they have.
No, fight it. Fight these motherfuckers until they're all gone. They deserve to be.
There is like some really just, like the Twitch space between streamers and content creators really is brutal and cutthroat, though. It's super backstabby and fake and plastic, as the Visco girls would say. I wish I could like talk about that, but it's impossible to do without giving names and examples, which is just not my thing. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff that once you become a Twitch streamer and you start to get into the GCs, you start to get into like the conversations with people start to gossip to you, people start to talk to you in like Discords and stuff. Like you start to like realize some things about the community, and you start to put puzzle pieces together that form a broader picture that you wish you could tell that broader picture to the public. But to tell that broader picture to the public requires you to also tell those pieces. And, you know, I'm not in the business of telling those pieces. Those are individual people's stories and confided secrets and stuff that I try to keep my secrets.
Be deplatformed for the lying manipulation of the fucking youth, bro.
Well, Keem, this is what I was telling you about on stream the other day, dude. Is these journalists. You want to know who's got all the power, dude? It's the fucking journalists, dude. Because when they, and Jake Lucky's one, when they decide that you gotta go, they put out the tweet, they get the fucking retweets, they get the attention, they get the fucking media pressure, and all of a sudden iShowSpeed can't play Valorant anymore because the employees at Riot saw it and immediately responded to it. Or the global head at YouTube Gaming who responded to this tweet right here. You know what I mean?
Scary.
It's the journalists that got the fucking power.
They can literally decide to cancel you. If the Twitch mob, like the top Twitch streamers, decide they don't like you, they can literally like try to ban you off platforms, try to ban you off of video games. They successfully banned iShowSpeed from all Riot games.
Yep.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you guys to listen to me. And I want chat to listen to me as a mostly Caucasian man. All right. This shit flies under the radar. Like the stuff that's racist in the world. Like I don't see it. I don't catch it. Like a someone that's black does. So I don't really see it. But in this case, after talking to streamers, after talking to different creators behind the scenes, after talking to Twitch creators behind the scenes, bro, it's clear as day to me what the fuck is going on. They don't want to see a black kid winning. They don't want to see him winning. It's fucked up, bro.
It's fucked up. They went after, and I would just say he's black, dude. He's 16 years old. They went after a 16-year-old kid. They tried to ruin his life at 16.
Do you guys think my point has been made? Regardless, I think we gotta talk. We gotta talk about the Yeah, talk about the ratio queen, chat. It's gonna get spicy. All right. I'm going to leave my own, like, personal opinion on Keffals out of this because it's as simple as I don't think Keffals likes me. She's just never, like, been on friendly terms with me. So I just kind of... That's always been a sign to me in this space that, like, let's not make drama, but we're not cool. And I'm like, I get it, all right. Regardless, though, Keffals has gotten very popular amongst the online left, just broadly, just like across the entire online left. Like, even from Mike from PA to like Vosh to like I think even like everybody is that should give you an idea. Actually, the fact that like Mike from PA to Vosh, that is how broad the support for Keffals has been. So I've noticed that like a lot of people have like really sort of like propped her up as this as a particularly good example of like good optics on the left. But like, whew, this has nothing to do with my, like, I don't really have a strong opinion on Keffals, frankly. Like, I haven't really seen enough from her to have one. But, like, from what I've seen of other people's opinions on her that are not already on the left, I'm not even talking about right-wing people, but, like, even just, like, liberals and centrist-leaning people do not get a very good impression. And I'm not saying this is, like, anything wrong or bad on Keffals' part, but what I found interesting was the disconnect. It was the disconnect that made me most interested. The difference between how much the online left likes this person and how much like everybody outside of the online left dislikes this person. Like, this person has almost, it seems, from what I've seen, almost exclusive like appeal to people already on the left. And I found that pretty interesting. And it's not a bad thing. And, you know, that's fine. It's okay. But, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I did find it interesting how few people seem to notice it. And I wonder if that's a problem with the left. Self-awareness, you know? Like, self-awareness seems like it's something we need to kind of, like, focus on as a political movement online. At least my community. You know what? I can't speak... Hey, Lanabe. I can't speak for the broader left. I have no power over the broader left, and frankly, the broader left shouldn't listen to me. But my community, if you are in my community and you're hearing what I have to say, and you think that my opinion matters at all, something that I think that culturally the left should try to focus on in the future is more self-awareness. I think self-awareness is the key to everything here. And I think self-awareness is how the left got to where it was when it hit its peak online during 2019 in the first place. I think self-awareness is what got us there. I'm sorry, I just came in. Was the Keffals underage catboy farm addressed? Was there any basis behind that? I never saw any like resolution to the Catboy Ranch underage thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's so many people either like Keffals so much they'll defend her, or hate Keffals so much they'll turn anything into something to attack her with. They're like, I can't find a neutral take on what happened yet. So I'm just letting that whole drama like simmer. And if Keffals ever like talks to me one day, I'll talk to her about it and let her give me her story. And then like, we'll see if that story holds up, if like evidence is provided against that. That's generally how I like to do things. I'll listen to your story and we'll see how well your story holds up to the evidence, right? I think I'm generous. All right. With that said, though, I think my point was made. I think that if anything you take from this video, if you take anything from this video in my community, I think self-awareness for the left is very important, especially when we're moving into an age where the right has more of a straw man built of the left that the broader public has seen and doesn't like than we've seen since like 2014 or 2015. It really does remind me of the pre-GamerGate days. So that's all I'm saying. That said, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, hell, subscribe, ring the bell icon, follow my social media if you want to as well. It is all linked down below. And if you want to support me and, you know, help my stream, help my content, help my videos, and generally help me, you can also hit the like button. YouTube values engagement more than ever right now. If you want to support me financially, you can also donate, subscribe, gift a sub over on my website, or support me through Twitch, YouTube, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or through Patreon. With all that said, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have a good one.